Hello, and welcome everyone. It is bonus day number 2. What a week we have had. All last week and yesterday and today. It has been so exciting for me, and I hope so for you as well, those of you that have been participating. And although our time is coming to an end, we have had more. We have so much more in store for you with the Relationship Connections Referral Network Academy. And today we're going to be talking about networking with intention. Okay? And I want you to really take some notes here to make sure that when you do start networking, if you haven't already, or when you proceed with your networking efforts, that you are always networking with intention. Okay? I'll explain a little bit more on that in a few minutes. One of the things I do want to hear as you're coming in, say hello and post your ahas. I mean, guys, y'all have had 6 days so far of this challenge and tips and tricks around networking. I have really shared a lot of information around networking. So share your ahas from last week. I do hope that you made some good notes from all this information that I've shared with you that you can take and use as you move forward with your networking efforts. So I've heard from some of you that have shared some of your ahas, but I want to hear from others as you're coming in. Say hello. Share with me an aha that you have had from the past 6 days. And some of you are saying, this is a better way to actually reach out and connect with people because you're not feeling like you're stalking people on social media to actually build your network. And you're not. Because you're actually attending an event and actually meeting them kind of face to face, although it could be online, but you're still meeting the person. You're seeing what they look like. So you are actually seeing them face to face, whether it be on the computer screen or in person. And y'all shared, that this is so much more personable and realistic. So I would love to hear from the rest of you. Even if you're watching the replay of this, like I said, the replays will be still available until February 18th, this coming Friday. So please, as you're coming in, say hello and share your ahas, okay? And, as I have stated before, a lot of people think everything has to be imperfect. This thing has to be done or this thing has to be done before you can actually get started networking. I actually got another networking tip just a couple of days ago from a networker that I was listening to. And they actually shared that even before you start your business, you should be networking. That was huge. That was a huge aha for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Because of course I was not networking prior to starting my business. I have since starting my first business started networking and actually, started 2 more businesses last year as well. So, prior to becoming entrepreneur, networking never crossed my mind. But, if you are a newbie, if you're a new entrepreneur, just started your business maybe within the last 2 years, since the pandemic happened, then networking is something you definitely want to have on your agenda because you do need to be making those connections, okay? So hello, I'm Lisa DeToffel, owner and chief cheerleader at Relationship Connections Referral Network and your host of this 5-day Kickstart challenge and 2 bonus sessions. Today is our last session together. And please know that I have really enjoyed being with all of you and sharing with you all the tips and tricks around networking that I have experienced and actually put into place myself and have benefited from. So the purpose of this challenge is to help you make the most of your networking efforts, okay? And even if you haven't started networking, no worries. You can start now. You can start today. I even have a networking event I'm attending later today. Actually, I would like to invite you. Relationship Connections Referral Network does have one of our bi-monthly meetings today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you have not came and visited us and checked us out and see what we're all about and seen if we're a good fit for you or not, I invite you to come join us today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. There's connections there to be made. You never know who may show up that, may be interested in what you have to offer. So please do come join us today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, this is our bonus session number 2. And today we are going to focus on networking with intention to help you with your networking efforts, okay? If you missed some of our other live streams and some of our training sessions, no worries. If you have signed up for this challenge, you do have access to all the replays until February 18th, this Friday. So you can go back, you can binge watch all the replays, when you have the opportunity, when you have the time. But if you are watching today and you have not officially signed up for this challenge, maybe you're watching on a different platform, please do sign up because you still can catch up, even from day 1 last week. We did all 5 days last week. We did a bonus session yesterday, and this is our last bonus session today. But all the replays of every single training that I have done during this challenge is in the private Facebook group. You do not have access and cannot gain access to that private Facebook group if you do not sign up for the challenge. So, and the reason I want you to officially sign up and get access to everything in the private Facebook group is because, this is not just a 5-day challenge or 5-day training. It's so much more. We have so many more resources for you, and I don't want you to miss out on those, okay? So you can still join. It's not too late, and get access to all the replays of all the tips and tricks that I have shared during this challenge, okay? And I do want you to stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you some important information. And I'm also going to share with you about what comes next, okay? So stick around to the end for that. I do want to share a few fun facts about me. I am an international best-selling author of the book Jumpstart Your Blank, Volume 3. And my chapter in that book is called Jumpstart Your Follow-Up. If you have not won one of our prizes, a few of you did win prizes last week, and that is one of the prizes I gave away was a free copy of that book. If you unfortunately did not win a copy of that book, you can go to my website, tigereyesolution.com. Under the shop tab, there's a drop down. It says book. You can purchase your own signed copy right there on my website, okay? This book contains 15 different authors. There's 15 different chapters in this book. 15 different professionals have wrote a chapter in this book on and around different aspects of business and life and how you can jumpstart those different areas of your business and your life. They all also have free gifts in their chapters. So you're not only just getting a book with a lot of great information to learn from, you're getting gifts and help from 15 different professionals, okay? All right, next fun tip. I do enjoy singing in the praise team on my church. I do that regularly. My church is called Buck Creek Baptist Church in Chesney, South Carolina. We are on YouTube. We do a live stream every Sunday. If you're interested, you can go on YouTube and look up Buck Creek Baptist Church in Chesney, South Carolina, and you will see me singing on the praise team. I'm also a huge country music fan. I love Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood, George Strait, Luke Combs, and Rascal Flatts are a few of my favorites. And I also love being an entrepreneur because it has provided me so much, so many opportunities. I have met so many great professionals, made so many great connections. I've gained clients through those connections, those power partners, and, all the different opportunities that I have been presented with. I have been an entrepreneur since 2018 is when I started my very first business, Tiger Eye Solution. which is my virtual assistant business. And there's just I could stand here all day and just tell you of all the opportunities that have been presented with, or I've had the opportunity to take advantage of during that time that I have been a virtual assistant and working my virtual assistant business. Now, since 2018, I have built a team, so it's no longer just me. So when you hire Tiger Eye Solution, you don't just get my services. You do get services of myself and 9 other professional virtual experts. We all have specific areas that we specialize in, and we are all really, really, I could not ask for a better team to work with. Okay. So, all right, moving on. I do want you to turn off all your distractions. I want you to make this all about you. It's your time to learn and figure out what you need to help move your networking forward and make the most of your networking efforts. Okay. So maximize your screen, turn off your phone, turn it on silent mode, turn it over and put it down to the side where it's not going to be a distraction. Okay, if you have technical difficulties, please refresh your browser. This usually does fix any issues that may come up. If I start getting blurry or something, just hit refresh and that should fix it. Okay, and as we move forward, put your questions in the chat and use hashtag question, okay? We will answer all your questions at the end, at the end of the presentation today. So please do, if you have a question, put hashtag question in the comments, okay? All right, a day in the life of a networker. Coffee chats. I cannot stress enough, guys, how important these coffee chats are. I know last week that was part of your homework, was to schedule coffee chats with other people that was in the challenge. Okay, I have a new challenge for you. Some of you that is viewing this may be a part of the big Facebook group, Relationship Connections, the big free one. Guys, that is a networking Facebook group. If you have not reached out and scheduled a coffee chat with another member of that big Facebook group, you're missing out on some networking. There's almost 300 members in that group. Yes, most all of them know me, and most of them probably have had a coffee chat or a conversation with me in the past, and that's how they get invited to the group. But if you're just getting started with your business or just getting started with your networking, you have not had a coffee chat or a conversation with most of the people that's in that group. You're missing out on a big opportunity right there, okay? Reach out to some of those other members and see if they're open to having a coffee chat with you. That way you can get to know each other, become power partners, if not anything else, You never know who could benefit from what you have to offer, or actually y'all just become really, really good power partners, depending upon your business and theirs. And choose the amount of networking events you want to attend a week or a month. I've also shared before, it's wise to actually be a member and an active member. Let me rephrase that. An active member in 2 to 3 different networks. Okay. So if you're not a member of any networks yet and you've just been visiting networking events, you need to choose at least 2, if not 3, of those that you have been visiting that is a good fit for you and your business. Okay. That's another reason why I invite so many people, to come check out Relationship Connections Referral Network. We are an actual paid network, and we have bi-monthly meetings. We have once a month gathering and training. And come check us out. Come visit. You can come visit our bi-monthly meetings twice for free. We have one today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Come check us out. See if we are a good fit for you. If we are, you can talk with the leaders there at the group. I will be there in attendance myself. And it's only $47 a month, guys, to be a member. $47 a month or $525 annually to be a member of that network. And you can start building those power partners. Because if you're not continuously active in specific networks, you're never going to build those power partners that you need. Because they're not just by visiting so many. Don't get me wrong, I still visit networking events myself as well, but I am active in 2 to where I meet with the same group of people on a regular basis. I have coffee chats with those same people on a regular basis to where we can get to know each other on a deeper level and be able to refer each other to others. I just got a referral this morning. I came to my office this morning, opened up my emails, and I had a referral. I already have a coffee chat scheduled with that person that was referred to me to see if we are a good fit to work together or actually maybe become power partners, whatever the case may be. Referrals work, I promise you, okay? All right, next you want to arrive at the event and share about you and your business. You always want to go and be prepared. You usually know ahead of time, at least a couple of days ahead of time or whatever, that you're going to this specific networking event. It's on such and such a day, at such and such a time. Be prepared. I have my elevator speeches on hand at any given time. Whether I need to get out my actual printed copies or, the ones I have memorized in my head, I have them ready to go, no matter what networking event I'm about to go jump on, especially if I'm visiting, if it's not one of my regular ones. So I have your elevator speech ready. It don't have to be perfect. Remember, we went over all this yesterday. I gave you a small example of one of my elevator speeches. Just have a small elevator speech ready to share. If you don't have it memorized yet, that's okay. If you just, created it last week or whatever, going through this challenge, that's perfectly okay. Have a printed copy and, so you can share it. Have your contact information ready to share as well, because all those on the networking event may want to reach out to you and vice versa. They're going to share their contact information, and you want to make sure that you get that as well. And one other little tip that I will share too when you're at a networking event, some of you may know this, some of you may not, is you can always save the chat, because most of the time, everyone attending that networking event shares their contact information in the chat box, okay? Save the chat, and you would have saved all the information for all the people that are attending that actual event, okay? All right. You also want to be an active listener when you're at a networking event. That way you don't miss anything. Also be prepared maybe to take some notes, depending upon if it's an actual just networking event, or maybe they're going to have a presenter, present something, a 20-minute presentation, 10-minute presentation, whatever the case may be. Be ready to take some notes in the event that you may need to take some notes as well, okay? Be someone who interacts with thoughtfulness, okay? Make sure you're interacting in the meeting, whether you have started a conversation in a chat with another attendee, whether you may have a question about what the speaker is actually saying or sharing, be active. Also be vulnerable, be gracious, be respectful of time. I've shared this as well. If you are a networking event and they're doing the breakout rooms, make sure you know ahead of time before you get into that breakout room exactly how much time you have yourself to talk. It just depends on how much time the host of the event gives you in that breakout room and how many people are in that breakout room. If there's 5-6 people in that breakout room, each one of you is not going to have very much time to share. So you're definitely going to want to go with your smallest elevator speech and make sure it's precise, like we talked about yesterday, and shares everything you need to share. Okay? And be clear. Make sure when you're sharing, you are definitely clear. Okay, most importantly, please do follow up and follow through with all those that you interact with, or all those that you meet or may come across as being an interesting figure or interesting person to you in your business, okay? So That's the life of a networker. Okay, today, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My slide says creating your elevator speech, but it definitely is supposed to say networking with intention. My apologies. We are talking about networking with intention today, not your elevator speech, okay? So access what organizations you want to be a part of. I just mentioned that earlier. By all means, go visit and pick those that are going to benefit you the most, that is a good fit for you. And like I've said before as well, networking experts say that you should be a part of 2 to 3 different networking organizations. Okay? So be intentional on your own behalf. Show up ready to fully participate. Like I just said, have your elevator speech ready, have your contact information ready, all the things. Have all those things ready to share before you even get on the call. Okay? Do not wing it. Always plan ahead. And what do I mean by winging it? Okay, I just invited all of you to come visit the Relationship Connections Referral Network meeting today at 4 p.m. So before 4 p.m. this afternoon, if you're planning to attend, you want to make sure you have all your information ready to go. Okay? Don't come and just wing it. Make sure you at least have a small elevator speech ready. You have something prepared to share, okay? If you're not being intentional, you're not really networking. So you have to be intentional with your networking efforts, okay? That's why it's so important to find an actual network that is the best fit for you and be active in it continuously. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. And remember, networking takes time. Building relationships takes time. So while you can get a return on your time and investment soon, sometimes it can take 6 to 12 months to begin receiving referrals. Like I said, I just got a referral in my email inbox this morning when I came to my office. The person that sent me that referral, her and I have been connected for over 2 years. So this is not the first referral she has ever sent me. She has sent me other referrals in the past as well. But when she meets someone or comes in contact with someone that she thinks could benefit from what I have to offer, or that me and that person may be good power partners, she refers that person to me. Now, do I know specifically which one the case may be with this particular person she just referred me to? I do not. But like I said, me and this person have already scheduled a time to talk. So we can determine that. Okay? All right. You have to be willing to be the giver and invest the time. You will reap the rewards if you invest the time. I think I've shared, my story about networking as well, that, my other network is V-Team, and I have been part of V-Team for over a year now. I joined February of 2021. I did receive different referrals. I'm sorry, let me back up. I did receive different referrals, but I did not gain my first client through those networking efforts until June. So from February to June, I was continuously networking on a weekly basis, because they meet on a weekly basis. The chapter I'm a part of meets weekly. So I did continue to meet on a weekly basis with my chapter, but did not gain my first client through my networking efforts until June. Okay? So you have to be willing to invest the time in order to reap the rewards. Okay? Like I've already said, commit to a few groups, but don't overcommit to the point that you cannot attend their regular networking meetings. Okay? Like I said, 2 to 3 networks is always good, because that Some of them do meet weekly. Some of them meet bi-weekly or bi-monthly. So you want to make sure you have that kind of time on your calendar as well. Okay. But consistently showing up and building relationships is the key to networking with intention. And as you see on the screen here, the picture of the grass growing is kind of how networking works. In the very beginning, you're planting the seeds. Okay. If you want those seeds to grow, in other words, you're planting your grass seeds. If you want your grass to grow, what do you have to continuously do? It has to continuously get water, and so it has to be fed, right, in order for it to grow. So, again, if you want your networking efforts to grow and be beneficial to you, your investment of time is where you're planting those seeds, okay? Because it takes time for those relationships to get built, for those power partners to thoroughly know you and your business well enough to refer others to you, okay? So you have to plant the seeds and feed it and water it properly in order for it to grow, right? Same aspect here. So definitely find you at least 2 to 3 networks that are a good fit for you and join. So you can start now building those power partners so you can reap those rewards sooner rather than later, right? The longer you wait to actually join a network, the longer it's going to take you to start reaping those rewards from your networking efforts. Okay? So if you have any questions, remember use #question around networking with intention. But please don't wing it. If that's currently what you are doing, please reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Okay, and I'll be more than glad to talk with you and help you go through the process of understanding it better if you don't, or helping you put all the pieces in place to where next time you go to a networking event, you're not just winging it. Okay? Because you're really not going to get any benefits just by winging it. Okay? All right. Moving on. So before we go any further, we're going to shift gears. But before we do, I want to say a few things. If you take everything I've taught you this week, last week and these 2 days, the digital handshake, when you're online, be on, plan, virtual social interactions, being authentic, creating your elevator speech, and networking with intention, then you could definitely start networking today. You could definitely come to our meeting today at 4:00 and network with intention. Bring your contact information, bring your elevator speech that you've already created, and get started. Right? Does it have to be perfect? No, guys, it does not have to be perfect. You just have to start. And like I said, you definitely want to check out different networks and see which ones are the best fit for you. So you can definitely start networking today. And I have already invited you to a network meeting today. So come network with us. And if you have enjoyed working with me this past week and would like to continue working with me, I have something for you. So who wants me to hold their hand and help them get started moving their networking efforts forward? Who wants accountability? Who wants to skip the speed bumps? Who wants time-tested solutions by someone who's already done it themselves? Who wants step-by-step advice? Who wants solutions that are easy to understand and apply? Who wants to go faster than they would be able to go on their own? And who wants to start now? So if you said me, go ahead and put me in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, you can still comment me under the video. So let's go back to school. No matter where you are, you can begin now. It's never too late. And you can start from where you are. And you can have the relationships and connections that you want to help move your business forward. You can start planting those seeds today. The sooner you start planting, the sooner they're going to grow, right? Okay, so you are invited to join the Relationship Connections Referral Network Academy. This is a program that I have been thinking about for a while and carefully have crafted from my networking efforts and experiences. Okay, so picture a big bucket, and everything I know about networking has been poured into it. Okay, the people that want to drink from it can dive in and get all the help they need. Up level your networking efforts, if you will. Okay, I had to figure out how I could provide this networking academy is the answer. Sorry, I had to figure out how I could provide everything that I know about networking and around networking. And this academy was the answer. Okay. So it is a 6-month program. It's easy to implement. You can absolutely do this. It is where you will learn exactly what you need to start and make the most of your networking efforts. What the program will give you is accountability to keep you focused, supportive solutions to help you move forward, help dealing with overwhelm and insecurity, that imposter syndrome, clear, practical, step-by-step advice on how to get the foundation in place. Exactly what you need to start, manage, and make the most of your networking efforts. A path to successful networking. So it consists of 10 modules over 30 videos. Then they unfold over time so that when you first get started, it's not so overwhelming and that you can't go through each module and video at your own pace. Okay. Then, of course, after you have signed up for the program, you will have access to all the modules forever. Each video is 3 to 10 minutes. It's a little short video so that you're not so overwhelmed. They're also actionable so that as you learn something new, you can implement it and do it. Okay. All right. We also have study hall. All study hall sessions will be recorded. If you are a member of the program and you cannot attend a study hall for whatever reason, that's perfectly fine. You can go back and listen to the recording of it. We will meet every week on Zoom for study hall. This is a Q&A session where we will discuss your action items for the week and answer any questions that may have come up for you during that particular module. Excuse me, I need another drink of water. And as I said, all the recordings will be available for you if you missed it, or maybe you need to go back and re-listen, to make sure you didn't miss something. That would totally be okay. And of course, we would cover any questions that you had about anything that you're struggling with or anything you might need clarified, as you go through the modules. We will also be having a school assembly. We'll have a kickoff school assembly next week. And this is where we can all meet each other. And then we'll also have a second school assembly in August or September when the program actually wraps up. Okay. All right. And I also want to talk to you about gibberish. Gibberish is that voice in your head that stops us, the imposter syndrome. Mindset is so important when starting something new or stepping out of your comfort zone. To do something you know you need to do to help move you forward. Networking is it may be new to you, it may not be new to you, but it is something that's going to help move you and your business forward, right? So if you've been networking and maybe you've just been winging it, you definitely want to stop winging it and take some of the things that you've learned this week and implement them and help you be more prepared as you attend networking events. And of course, you definitely want to join at least 2, if not 3, networking organizations to where you can start benefiting from all your networking efforts, okay? All right, and I want to provide you with what you need to have the networking experiences that you deserve, okay? You can start from where you are, and you can start now. If I can do it, you can do it. I just want to remind you, now I was once where you are. Last year is when I joined my first networking organization. I did not do a whole lot of networking. I did some, but not a whole lot up to that point. So I have learned a lot over this last year on and in and around networking. And I know it works. It has worked for me, and I know it can work for you as well. Okay. And I don't want you to wing it any longer. And I want you to definitely find those organizations, those networking organizations that are the best fit for you. Okay. And in order to do that, you need to be prepared. You can even take what you have learned just through this challenge and start networking now. Again, I invite you to come network with us today at 4 o'clock. Go to the big Facebook group. The link will be there to join the actual meeting today. But yeah, come network with us. Come visit and see if our particular network is a good fit for you, okay? All right. So the value of this program is $3,000, but you're only going to pay $1,097. That's a lot of value, guys, plus the value I've already given you through this challenge. So you can get started now. You can pay the one payment, of course, of $1,097, or you can sign up and pay 6 payments of $193 for the next 6 months. And you can go to relationshipconnections.com, RCRN Academy, to sign up. The link there is on the screen for you. And I want to get a solid yes or no. I know some of you are thinking, this is exactly what I need, but I don't know if I can afford it. Okay, let's pretend that it's free. I want you to think of it on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being that I don't need this to meet my goals. This is not a program I need to help me meet my goals. 10 being, my gosh, this program is exactly what I need to help me meet my goals and make the most of my networking efforts. So tell me in the comments where you are on that scale from 1 to 10. Okay. I would love to see you. I know this is our last meeting together. I would love to see some of y'all join this program and build on what you've already learned through this challenge. But like I said, what you have learned through this challenge, you can go ahead and get started networking. And again, I invite all of you to come network with us today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Relationships, Connections, Referral Network. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time today. It's only an hour. It's an hour meeting, and you can connect with some more like-minded people. And again, I want to encourage you, if you are a part of the big Facebook group, Relationship Connections, start networking in that group, guys. There's so many different professionals in that group. Some of you don't even know who they are or what they do. So reach out to them. Schedule a coffee chat and get to know them. The link is still there on the screen. Relationshipconnections.com, RCRN Academy, for you to go ahead and sign up for the actual academy that will get started in the next couple of weeks. Okay. So I do not have any questions here today. Thank you for being a part of this challenge. I really enjoyed sharing some of my networking tips and tricks with you. I would love to share more with you if you are interested. So for now, I'm going to sign off. I hope to see you at our networking event today or one in the very near future. Happy networking, everyone.